Imagine going a whole month without watching porn. Sounds tough, right? Well, that's exactly what I did. And today I'm going to share my experience and the positive changes I've noticed. So let's take it from the top. The challenge was simple in theory. Go 30 days without watching porn. But in practice, it was anything but easy. I had my reasons for undertaking it, of course. I wanted to regain control, to stop letting my habits dictate my actions. I wanted to see if I could actually do it. But more than anything else, I wanted to see how it would change me. The initial struggles were intense. The first week was a battle of willpower. My fingers itched to reach for my phone, to fall back into the familiar pattern. The urge was strong, almost overpowering at times, but I held firm. I had made a promise to myself, and I was determined to see it through. During this week, I started to notice the triggers that led me to watch porn in the first place. Boredom was a big one, as was stress. And sometimes it was simply a habit, a routine that I had unknowingly built over time. Recognizing these triggers was the first step towards taking back control. And then came the benefits. The most immediate and noticeable one was the improvement in my sleep. Without the late-night screen time, I was able to fall asleep faster and wake up feeling more refreshed. The quality of my sleep improved almost overnight. I woke up with a clear head, ready to face the day. It was a small change, but a significant one. As the first week ended, I realized that the hardest part was perhaps over. I had weathered the storm, resisted the urges, and come out the other side stronger. But this was just the beginning. A journey of self-discovery had just begun. Little did I know the best was yet to come. Stay tuned as I share more about this transformative journey in the next part of the video. We'll talk about how I filled the void left by quitting porn and the surprising ways it changed my emotional and mental state. You won't want to miss it. As the craving started to fade, I found myself with a lot of free time that I could use to do something productive or fulfilling. Suddenly, I had this void in my life that needed filling, but instead of falling back into old habits, I decided to reclaim this time for myself. I decided to engage in activities that would enhance my life rather than detract from it. I found myself returning to the hobbies I once loved. I dusted off my old guitar and started strumming away, losing myself in the rhythm and melody. I rediscovered the joy of playing and how it allowed me to express my emotions in a way that words often couldn't. In addition, I picked up some books that had been gathering dust on my shelf. I dove into different worlds and perspectives, expanding my mind and inspiring me in ways I hadn't anticipated. These weren't just books, they were portals to different realms, offering me wisdom and insights I could apply in my own life. The joy I found in these activities was profound. It was a joy that came from deep within, a feeling of satisfaction and accomplishment that no pixelated image on a screen could ever provide. But the benefits didn't stop there. With the void filled with meaningful activities, I noticed a significant improvement in my productivity. I found myself accomplishing tasks that had been lingering on my to-do list for weeks, if not months. My focus improved, and I was able to concentrate on my work without getting distracted. I started to realize that the time I spent on porn was not just time wasted, it was time stolen from me. It was time that could have been spent on personal growth, on building relationships, on pursuing my passion. By the end of the second week, I was starting to see the benefits of this challenge. I was reclaiming my time, rediscovering my passions, and improving my productivity. But the best was yet to come. The void that was once filled with porn was now filled with activities that brought me joy, satisfaction, and a sense of accomplishment. And as I looked forward to the coming weeks, I knew that this was just the beginning of my journey towards a healthier, happier, and more fulfilling life. Week 3 was a turning point. Not only was I spending my time more productively, but I was also starting to see significant changes in my mental and emotional state. The guilt and shame that often trailed my sessions of watching porn started to fade. I realized that I had been carrying these negative emotions around like a heavy backpack. The relief of setting down that weight was profound. I could breathe easier, stand a little taller. The absence of guilt and shame created a space for positive emotions to flourish. I found myself feeling happier and lighter. This newfound lightness was accompanied by a sense of accomplishment. I was doing something challenging, something I had doubted I could do, and I was succeeding. This success wasn't about anyone else or any external validation. It was about proving to myself that I could set a goal and achieve it. This sense of accomplishment brought with it a burst of confidence and self-belief that impacted every aspect of my life. But the transformation didn't stop there. Alongside these emotional shifts, I noticed a significant change in my mental clarity. My thoughts were no longer clouded by the fog of guilt, shame, and distraction that porn had brought into my life. I felt as if I'd been given a new lens through which to view the world. This clarity allowed me to focus better, make decisions more easily, and approach tasks with a newfound sense of purpose. This mental clarity wasn't just beneficial in my personal life, it also had a profound impact on my work. I found myself able to concentrate better, complete tasks more efficiently, and engage more fully in my projects. I was no longer just going through the motions, I was fully present and engaged in my work. As I entered the final week of the challenge, I was starting to see the world through a different lens. I was beginning to understand the true impact of my decision to stop watching porn. I was experiencing a mental and emotional transformation that was changing the way I thought, felt, and lived. The last week of the challenge brought changes I hadn't anticipated. I was not only feeling better about myself, but my relationships were also improving. With the distraction of porn out of the way, I found myself devoting more time to my relationships. This wasn't merely about spending more time with loved ones, but the quality of our interactions improved as well. Our conversations deepened, and I felt a stronger connection to those around me, a sense of genuine engagement I hadn't felt in quite some time. But the changes weren't just external. Internally, I felt a significant boost in my self-esteem. With each passing day of the challenge, my confidence grew. I felt more in control of my life, more capable. This newfound confidence wasn't isolated, it permeated every aspect of my life, from social interactions to professional endeavors. As the 30 days came to a close, I could hardly believe the person I had become. Looking back on these 30 days, the positive changes have been profound. I reclaimed hours of my life, gaining back time and energy that were once lost to the screen. This newfound time was invested into meaningful activities and relationships, enriching my life in ways I hadn't anticipated. My mental health also saw a significant improvement. Anxiety gave way to focus, unease to contentment, and I found myself happier overall. But perhaps the most surprising result was the sense of achievement that came from completing the challenge. It was a testament to my willpower, a victory over a habit that had long held sway over me. And this sense of accomplishment has become a catalyst for change, inspiring me to set and pursue new goals. This 30-day challenge was more than just a test of willpower. It was a journey of self-discovery, personal growth, and a stepping stone towards a better life.